Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's market Sitrep. I hope you can hear me well. Let me see that sound check. It is the 22nd of January 2024. So we are nearing the completion of the first month of the year. And wow, what a month it has been. Everything that we could wish for as traders and more at the right time, at the right place. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great. Let me see. Let me welcome the people in here. Hello, Arnold. Good morning. Rotten cheese. Good morning. Hey, Enzar. Hey, Marius. Hey, Harun. And Chaba. Good evening. Oh yeah. So I have to hurry up so so you get your interesting information before you go to bed. Hello, Adam. Thank you, Arnold. Hello, Joran. Good day. Good day, mate. Good day. Are you also in Australia? Why are you saying good day? Guten Morgen. Buenos dias. Hello, hello. Here we are again. Ready for another week of trading. I hope you had a good weekend and that you could disconnect from the charts. I think that's a very, very useful exercise, and I do it every weekend. That I just don't look at anything and completely forget that they even exist. So that on Monday, I mean, the legacy markets are closed anyway, right? So it's a very friendly pause. So I come back to the charts on Mondays with a clean slate, sort of. Yeah, of course, you still remember the stuff from last week, and you might have swing trades open, and they do already bias you already. But at least it's an attempt to always view everything as objectively as possible, no matter how many wins or losses you had last week, or maybe you weren't even trading at all and you were on vacation. Well, then this allows you to reset yourself a bit and to start fresh. Yes, thank you, Mario. Smash a like. I don't know about that, but thanks for the compliment. Thank you. Yeah, hit the like button and subscribe. That helps us out a lot. And I'm going to try to remind you about that a couple times. Today, we're going to cover Bitcoin. It's on screen. We're going to cover Nasdaq. We're going to cover the US dollar index, GBP, USD, super, super interesting. Gold, sneaky gold, and finish up with Ethereum. So those are the assets that I want to do in about an hour, or at least I'm going to try to go under an hour. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff to talk about. So it might last a little bit more, but that's the plan for today. Just short typing, but yeah, I've been living something. Buna dimineața. Oh, look at that. I'm learning Romanian too. Pofta buna. All right, let's get going. Hey, George. So Bitcoin is now under 41,000. But wasn't it supposed to go 50K? I think I put in the trailer for 50K, right? So this 50K area is something that I've personally been looking at for months, at least June last year, as a possibility. Yeah. And why? Well, because it is an extremely high and very strong area of resistance. So now we have here the current weekly candle. This is a weekly time frame, by the way. We can also do a quick yearly one. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I mean, look at it. Yearly level takes the highest. What else can I say? What else can I say? It's right there in front of you. ETF news. Come on, man. Come on, man. Last time at this price level was El Salvador bought the Bitcoin, and now it's going to the moon. No, it's not. And it didn't. It went back down. Later, it went back up. That's true. That's true. Good point. But also have a point to make about that. But don't let yourself be fooled by these exuberant news and this euphoria. When you start eating stuff like that, that's when it's probably gonna slap you in the face really hard. Now, this chart is a little bit too young because it's the Bybit chart and only goes back to 2018. If you were around, if you've been around crypto for a few years, then you know that, for example, 2017 in December, a very famous legacy exchange, that's Chicago Mercantile Exchange, opened up their Bitcoin futures. And I remember vividly on Twitter, YouTube, social media, oh my God, the institutional money is coming in. Bitcoin's going to go from 20K to a million, you know, the craziest stuff. Yeah, trend to the moon. Exactly. Trend line to the moon. And what happened? Well, They shorted the hell out of it. What's happening now? Well, we'll see. Anyway, that was the yearly time frame. Monthly time frame, also very, very nice. Because simply from that perspective, you can already see there's a monthly level here that was untapped since April 22. Price reaches it, travels through it a little bit, takes the highs, even, better, and retraces. Yeah, not a surprise. And here we are now. This is the weekly time frame. Yeah, we're going to ignore this stuff on the left for now and just focus on what we got right here. And we have a very nice, perhaps you can already see it. I'm going to turn on my analysis in a second. I just want to keep the chart clean for a sec. That's your weekly level of resistance at around 43.9. And the level of support from a weekly candle perspective is 41.3-ish, yeah, which did hold, to be fair, for a few weeks. Actually, for an entire month almost. And this week, once again, starting at least with a push to the downside. And perhaps you've already noticed that these lows are extremely close to each other. Now, if you read textbooks, they're going to say, oh, double bottom is great support. Triple bottom, even better. Buyers are very interested. Yes, that may be so. However, what you create here is an insane liquidity pool. Or liquidity, yeah. I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. Copyright. That one's only for the Vanguard section. That one's only for the Vanguard section. I'm not going to say it on public stream. Yeah. So below here are an insane amount of stop losses. So raise your hand if you're in a long position and your stop loss is below 40K. And if you have raised your hand, then you might as well close your trade now. No financial advice. This is only for educational purposes. I'm serious. Don't listen to me. Please don't listen to me. That area will be revisited. Yeah. And those stop losses will be triggered sooner or later. Yeah. And if you don't believe me, well, then just wait a few days. Anyway, maybe we only have to wait a few hours. For which session, guys? Post it on chat. Post it on chat. Which session is going to take care of this? You know it, baby. So now I promised you that I would show you the high time frame analysis. Here we go. I'm going to turn it on. Boom, in your face. There you go. Yeah. We have a confluence. In other words, many factors coming together of the monthly level, the yearly level, the biggest point of control of the past 4 years, the big golden pocket pool, and also weekly level up here at 50K or slightly above. And of those, and also there's one more thing, which is insane, the 1618 extension of the wave 3 that we've had since the bottom. This is a very rough Elliott wave count. And it was hit perfectly. Not close, but perfectly, which is kind of insane. And everything at the same area, yeah? This box of resistance is ridiculous. So if you start telling me some ETF is going to be approved news when price is reaching this level, then you know what? That makes it even better. Because a lot of FOMO is going to come in here at the worst place possible, and price is going to pull back. And the only thing that's happening here is that short positions, big ones, are being filled, preparing for price to go down. Which brings us to the next question. How far down can it go? Haha. Did I say that? Did I say it today? I mean, I've already told I already told the Vanguard section last week. Nah, we'll keep it for now. We'll tell them later. What do you think? Should we tell them? Okay, vote. Vote if I should say it or not. Anyway, that's the high time frame rejection from a very, very, very strong box of resistance. Yeah, that's my 50K res folder, which you can see in the preview, that on the trailer that I set up for this stream today as well. That we were talking about this June, I think it was. Yeah, end of June or something as a possibility, as this value area low was being claimed. What is he talking about? What's a value area low? If you don't know that, then join us in the Safe House Vanguard, and you will find a fantastic module that tells you exactly what this tool is, what it does, and why it's so amazing. Look at that. It has a red line and price rejected from it. Look at that. It did the same thing here a few years ago. Oopsie daisy. Yes, it is an area to pay attention, and the value area low is this right here, 26.7. Okay. So back then, May, June 2023, price was dancing around this, attempting to claim it. Yes, I claim it. No, I lose it. Finally claims it all the way up to the point of control. This is not a surprise. This is claiming a very, very important resistance, flipping it to support, and then running to the next one, which is this one. Yeah, that's right. The next one to the upside is this one right there, 58K. Oh, who was around May 2021 and caught the short at 58K? Ooh, raise your hand. So anyway, here we are. Here we are with a whole bunch of stop losses below these lows, below 40K. So yeah, that's the plan to the downside pretty much. Hint them stop losses and then we'll see what happens after that. We'll see what happens after that. Because this can trigger one of two reactions. First reaction is price goes down here, triggers the stop losses, but the selling starts failing. Yeah, aggressive selling opens at the worst place possible, arguably at the bottom, and then very strong buying shows up, absorbs all of the selling, and price starts to reverse and climb back up through this local range that we have here, which we could draw approximately like this box. Yeah, that would be a massive swing failure pattern. Option number two, nobody shows up to buy, and this just smashes down and starts triggering stop losses like crazy. And where it can stop, I have already found a possible place where that could happen. A point of control lower to the downside. But the first thing I'm looking at is actually this, that right there, 40,000. Yeah, I already have an alert on it. I fully expect price to come down here. Perhaps today. It's already getting, it's already on the way. And to see what happens at this area. It either smashes through and goes on to the next range, yeah, down here, which is what is this? It's 37.8 to 35.5 approximately, this little area here. Or it climbs back up and rotates this range up here. Yeah, so the range up here would be something like this. Yeah, that's dancing around the value area low now, so it is still at support. Yeah, it looks like no, it's very weak and whatnot, and it's definitely missing one more push to the downside for me at least. Maybe for other people it's fine like this. Then go for it. You know, make your own decisions. That's what this is all about. Don't listen to anyone. This is not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes. Buna dimineata, Maestre George. Trying to the moon. Hello. Hello, makeup pie. What? Not the word here. The B word. New York. No, it's a secret. No. Yes, if you enjoyed what to see, please press the like button and the subscribe button. It helps out a lot. Back when I was buying the dip. Yeah, exactly. 58K was when you were buying the dip. Ooh. Yeah. Well, we've all been there, man. Don't worry about it. At some point you learn and you're like, oh, it's the other way around. Ah, okay. When the news hit, I should do the, okay. Yeah. So for the local range, this is still at support. One more push to the downside would be ideal for me, but that doesn't mean this gonna just start crawling back up and rotate the entire range too, making this entire area down here even worse than it already is. And to the upside, one level I would definitely mark if this thing did start to rotate for this week. We're trying to make a plan for the week, right? So to the upside, have to recognize, yeah, besides the monthly and yearly and all that stuff we already looked at, recognize that there's a fresh weekly level at 43,925. And the point of control of the entire range since December, so we're nearing 2 months of data, is there too. So that will be your Fodongus. Wow. And there's not a single fib even close to it. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, to reach this golden pocket and this daily level up here, yeah, there's a fresh one up here too. That is gonna take some special effort because this is a triple resistance right there. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. All right. So if this manages to push to the upside, then I would expect it to have a huge amount of trouble at this area. No, if it does manage to flip it to support, bloop, then you can come back up here. No, but we're missing pieces of the puzzle. What happens today, and I don't mean right now, London session is running. What happens today during the New York session? Very important. What happens to these lows? etc., etc. That will decide, or for me, show me clearly what's next or what I want to do next. No? So I hope you understand the concept. I hope it all makes sense now. And that's pretty much my view on Bitcoin. There's also an untapped daily level here. To the downside, we got nothing. Yeah, there's this daily you can use as a reference, which is at the value area low pretty much, claiming that would be a sign of strength, at least locally. And that's another daily level, 43,100, that you should be aware of. Trend overall, macro still bullish, yes, but this little formation here is a nice and big swing failure pattern, of course, and also the possible beginning of a reversal. Possible. Now, confirm that by making a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Yeah, change market structure. That's what needs to come next. Otherwise, we have to still admit that the structure is for now overall bullish. This section of the chart is already looking a little strange. Yeah, and the price action since the drop is very different, and also the order flow readings. Yeah, is very different to what came before. So there's definitely a before and an after. Okay. And they said I should not tell you. Okay, sorry. Then I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking next about high time frame buyers targets. Sorry, guys. If you want to know, you're just going to have to join the Vanguard because they just voted no. Don't say it. All right, on to the next one. Nasdaq it is. Here we go. We're done. Yeah, that's it. Do you see what I see? And if you don't, let me show you. That's a yearly level being created between the years of 2021 and 22. That's last year's 2023 candle closing above it. That's this year's yearly candle revisiting the area. We call that backtesting, resistance, flipping it to support, and then pushing on higher to new all-time highs. That's it. That's all you need to know. Yeah. If an asset is in new all-time high mode or new all-time low, don't stand in the way. That is what I do. You do whatever you want because I don't give any financial advice, obviously. But I don't stand in the way of assets, indices, whatever, that are making new all-time highs. Because this is price discovery mode. There is zero history. There is nothing, no levels, nothing. You can use fib extensions and stuff like that to maybe kind of, I'm going to take profits there. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So that means it is very difficult, though not impossible, to go against such a trend. Yeah, and the trend, well, at least on this chart, the Oanda chart since 2003 has been up. If you look at the older S&P 500 charts for the past 150 years, then you will come to a similar conclusion. So, uppity, uppity, up. And if you're interested in why stocks are going up when inflation is so high, then I recommend that you start reading up on Ray Dalio, because he's the, I would say he has a very, very interesting perspective on this. And yeah, monthly candle, the same thing. Yeah, close above the level, backtest, and take off. Yeah, so that's the way it is. Higher, higher, and higher. And this has no limits now. To the moon. This is really going to the moon. Yeah, this is the moon. It's there and it's mooning. That's what going to the moon looks like. Yeah, that's not what Bitcoin is doing at all. So there's no reason for me to look for any short positions here. I'm not gonna buy the top of an impulsive move. It's been going on for 3 weeks now. I try to get in on retracements like this one here, yeah, where price pushes back to an area of support. Yeah, when price, I mean, there are phases when it goes down, and these are weekly candles. Yeah, so from July to October, this was in a local downtrend. Overall, still bullish, super bullish, but it was a local downtrend. Yeah, and all these bad news and shenanigans, whatever, just ignore them. Look at what the chart is telling you. Yeah, at the latest year, when it blasts higher and comes back into the range, you got to think, oh, maybe it's going again. Yeah, or as it starts flipping resistances to support, 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 support. Look at that one. Look at that top one here. Here, I'll show you one. Look at this weekly level. That's a weekly level right there. That was the highest one available here. from July. Look at what it does. Comes above it, bing, 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 say up, takes off. That's not weakness, that's strength. You know? So for now, this asset continues, or this index continues to be in a buy the dip situation. Does that mean price never goes down? Well, of course it does, and thank goodness that it does, so that it is possible to even consider buying the dip now. But yeah, that's my view on this one. Let it run as much as it wants. And if there is a nice opportunity with Confluence, with all the technical analysis, all the factors coming together for a nice buy the dip situation, then okay. But otherwise, not interested in taking any short positions on this one or the S&P 500, yeah, which also made new all-time highs. Okay. All right, US dollar index, super interesting, super interesting. This yearly level now at 103.494 is not the first time that this asset has had trouble. And it has spent a great amount of time dancing around this level. Below it, above it, below it, above it, below it, above it again, below it again, at it again. So it is an area that's not just the yearly level that can have a lot of consequences. Losing this area of support means that this entire box opens up again. So that's a possible range. Reclaiming this theoretically means that you open up the upper box, yeah? And we're right smack in the middle of both, all right? So that's the only thing I'm watching. It's all about this level. That's it. I need high time frame candle closes above it. And so far what I'm getting is it's a yearly level of resistance and price is revisiting it. And so far failing, let me move this a bit to the right, failing to go above it, yeah? That's not good. That's not bullish, okay? That's not bullish. So monthly candle saying the same story, struggling with this level. Weekly candle, same story. Last week it comes and it rejects. However, if it does manage to start closing high time frame candles above it, well, there's a weekly level of resistance. You should be aware of this one too. This one I'm keeping an eye on as well. That's 103.983, yeah. But it really needs to get above this yearly level to open up the upper box. Otherwise, it's stuck down here and it could go much lower. All right. We'll just have to see. This one needs a little bit of patience, a little bit of time. You can even go down to the daily candles if you want, like this. And you have a pretty clear picture as well, yeah? Bam, 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 no chance. So that yearly level is everything. If it cannot claim it, then you start looking to the downside. That was your little previous range. That's going to be your local support. And if not, then back to 100, okay? So for me this week, I'm still going to be paying attention at any possible interactions with this level. And of course, if it does pick up momentum to the downside, then nice and simple, low to high, fib retracement, there you go. You start finding areas of interest around here, okay? So how to approach this on the inverse pairs? That would be, for example, GBPUSD. There's also EURUSD, or any currency really, any currency pair that has a USD at the end, then it's going to be going to do, in general, the opposite of what the dollar is doing, yeah? So this is one of the big ones, GBP. And I've got the data pulled here from November 2022 to now. So we've got a good year of data in here. An old yearly level, as you can see, at 127.571. Also, for many weeks now, absolute resistance and a very difficult area for price to get through. And very strong support for now is the value area high. Why is this important? Because price right now for weeks has pretty much been contained in here. Yes, there's been a little bit of movement to the downside, a little bit to the upside, but mostly it's contained between these two price levels. And that will decide everything. How this range breaks in the end, that will decide a lot of stuff. Yeah? Claim this, and there's just not much resistance here, all the way up to here. So you can reach 130, 131 very easily. If this value area high is lost, then we can consider, okay, there's a little bit of support here, but we can start considering a strong area of support at 120. Yeah. These are the consequences that will result from leaving this range. So as a plan for the week, that's what I'm looking at. I'm focusing on what's price doing within this range and towards the top of the range, whoops, I turned it off, sorry. Towards the top of the range, I'm more interested in short positions. And here, perhaps in even scalp or day trade longs, yeah, depending on how price is doing here. On a more higher time frame, well, the bias close to the top of a huge box is always going to be, for me, short, yeah, just like the bottom is long in general, yeah. Context dependent, you have to analyze the situation, see what's going on, see what's what, get into it in more detail, and see what the state of affairs is. But that would be on the daily time frame. You can see that you can use these two, also very nice as your range definers. Yeah, low to high, look at that, boom. Yeah, very important support. This was a nice swing failure pattern last Wednesday. It took all of these lows, and price managed to rally back up a little bit. Actually, not quite, just a little bit. Yeah, it was quite nice. So do you see that? Oh, look at that. This is a perfect example of what we were talking about on Bitcoin. Look at this. Do you see these lows? You see how close they are all together? And you see what happened here? Boom. Yeah? And what do you see on Bitcoin? 1, 2, 3. So what's missing? Boom. The hit to the downside. Okay? That's what's missing. So this is now a little bit in the middle of the range. Let's have a look at what... Oh, sorry about that. Click the other one. Let's take this much. This would be November, since the end of November. So it's quite a nice chunk. Quite a nice chunk. Right above the point of control. So theoretically, it could go finish up and go up to here. Theoretically. Just to reject again and keep trading the range. So right now, what this asset is doing, as you can see, is a very clear high to low to high to low. Yeah. So this is called ranging, sideways price action. And that means there's lucrative moves and, you know, shorting from here to down here, longing from here to up here, down here. And you keep rinsing and repeating until it doesn't work, until the range breaks. You know? That's one way to approach range trading. You know? Instead of breakout trading, which is definitely not something I like to participate in. Those are actually the participants in the market that fill my positions. So I'm very thankful for their existence, but I'm sorry that perhaps they're not as lucrative as they would like to be. So that was GBPUSD. How much time we got left? Oh, we're actually doing very good on time. Am I doing it too fast? Am I racing through this? No, it's just Monday, you know? Gotta get going, got things to do. Everybody's busy, 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 busy. So, gold in this mother of all swing failure patterns. This was a good one. This amazing blow off top. Check out the video that we have on this. There's a public video on the YouTube channel about, I think it's called Gold and the Mother of All Swing Failure Patterns or something like that. You like it? Yeah. That was a good one. And this was, once again, a triple top that got destroyed. Yeah. So now you're getting the gist of it. Yeah. 3 different assets. And you're seeing the same dynamics. Yeah. Except the one hasn't done it quite yet. Whoa. What's this? I remember doing this. Oh, yeah. I did it this morning. It was a bit early this morning, but wow. So that's the 1938, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll take it. I guess we'll just take it as it comes, huh? But here we have golden pocket weekly level and big point of control since April 2020. So for the past 4 years. Yeah, that's a very, very nice high time frame target, to be honest. Really like that. But, let me see. That does not help us for where price is right now. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and draw this old monthly level here. Just to illustrate a point. There you go. That was the highest monthly level of resistance until... Yeah, it still is, isn't it? Yeah, it still is. 1989. So that we could define as an important resistance support flip or support resistance flip. Ooh, that's a little lower, the weekly here. And the daily here. But that would be your slightly tighter or closer, more local range. Actually, let's pull all of this in and see what happens. There you go. Very close to the point of control now. So that old monthly level is very close to the value area low. So that could be a perfect, more local target. Of course, there's a daily level standing in between. Don't forget that. But that would be a nice target to finish this rotation to the downside. Perhaps it hits this, perhaps it takes that low, and then it can just continue ranging, yeah? And also sideways range for a while. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility on gold. So yeah, price action very close to a point of control like this. That's not my favorite place to trade, I'll tell you right now. Of course, you can go on the lower time frames and get, scalps going and intraday trades, fine. But I am much more prefer to get involved at the edges of a range. And if this is my range on the daily time frame now, then that's the one that wins. Yeah. If I want to get involved in more local stuff, then I have to go down to the lower time frames, try to establish a local range there, and then trade that. Yeah. But just away from in general, away from the points of control. This red line in the middle, that's 36. Thanks, Dave. 36 watching. The least you could do is hit the like button to show your thanks. Well, it's Monday morning. People are a little bit sleepy and getting ready for the work week, or perhaps already at work, and they're like, oh man, I can't watch. Oh. Can't see the like button. But yes, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Helps us out a lot. Thank you, Dave. Yeah. So get away from this point of control. Perhaps we can start thinking about doing something here at this daily level. Because obviously it's not just the daily level, it's also that. Oh, man, George, are you still here? Dude. Oh, that much. Yeah, what am I even talking about, man? 2006, huh? Was it? Last week was 2004 with a weekly level, wasn't it? Yeah, look at that. Last week was the 2004. That took forever to hit, but it did hit. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? And now it's 2006. So it's the old weekly level, the new daily level, and the 7-1. Man. Don't diddle in the middle. That's actually very good, man. Don't diddle in the middle. Yeah. That's exactly it, man. Step away from the middle. Step away from the middle. Yeah. Because your odds at the middle are pretty much 50-50. Yeah. This is really like a parallel channel, pretty much. The middle of the entire section here. So that's 50-50 land. But if you start getting close to the edges, it gets much more interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and daily support. What did you say? Don't diddle in the middle. I like that. So that alert's gonna remind me of your comment. Thanks, mate. Diddle in the middle. Yeah, that's it. To the upside. Well, to the upside, you've got your point of control as a resistance, clear resistance. Plus, it's been downtrending since, or at least locally downtrending since December 28th, end of December. So pretty much this year has just been, work its way back down. So upside, yeah, swing failure pattern of yesterday's low, and yeah, but this is kind of doomed to fail at the point of control from what you can see now, because it's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So why would I not expect another hit at this area? And to be honest, I don't mind going for the value area low. That looks very nice too. Yeah. All right. But perhaps, of course, we get some action going around here already. That's why I set the alert, because those are areas in the chart where I want to pay attention and see what's going on. See if there's something I could do there. Yeah. High time frame, day trade, and scalps. Yeah. Everything becomes possible at areas like that. So yeah, that's my perspective on gold. Don't diddle in the middle. All right, Ethereum. Hey, buddy. What's up? Having some trouble staying up? Yeah, looks like it. Well, that's because Ethereum will do whatever Bitcoin does, as it always has been. It is the leading altcoin, yes, but there's only one queen, and that's Queen Bee. And if Queen Bee is going down, so is everything else. You know it, baby. That's the world of crypto. So after that very nice rejection of the old monthly level, here we Oh my god, I forgot to turn this stuff off before showing you guys because I don't want to scare anyone. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. It's like, what? Price is gonna go down. Yeah, man. That's right. Oh yeah. This is most definitely possible. And everything's clicking in day by day. So what did I do here? I basically took a very impulsive or a very dramatic pivot as the low to the current high. And this is an old monthly level from here, from June, July 2023, that was blasted through in November, but was never revisited. And that's always bad. It's very much better to revisit these areas. Otherwise, you might come back to them later. And this is one of the possibilities. Because, golden pocket, old monthly level, 7-1, point of control. I mean, what else do you want? This is the point of control for Ethereum, 1800. I mean, we're talking about this point of control for over a year now. So yeah, you better pay attention. Let's have a look more locally. Perhaps there's something else we can do with all of this. Oops, sorry about that. There you go. It's much nicer to see that, I think, than all those. All right. Yes, this is much more sensible to speak about things like this because they're much closer. So you don't have to fantasize about, some ridiculous price targets that some guy on YouTube posted. I'm done. Weekly levels and Ethereum. Never forget. Weekly levels and Ethereum. Say it one more time. I can't hear you. Can you say it louder, please? One more time. This asset loves weekly levels. It's not love, it's obsession. Obsession. So if you recognize obsessions in some assets, then make sure you make the best out of it. 1, horizontal. 2, Fibonacci. 3, volume. Lol. Get out of here, man. Well, George, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. You do have to wonder. I mean, how can you not want to know this? How can you prefer to read gibberish on YouTube, on Twitter, or whatever, instead of just looking at what the chart is telling you? So, what should we call this one? Yeah, I need a funny name. So I'm going to wait for you guys to give me a good name for this alert. That will go off eventually. Oh my God, did he say price is going down there? Yes, that's exactly what I said. Why? Well, I mean, first of all, Bitcoin is rejecting fabulously. Secondly, this began to break local market structure and turn bearish. This push higher failed miserably, didn't even reach that daily level, and it's made lower lows again. So this is in a local downtrend. Yes, you are correct. You are very correct. This is a support resistance flip area, exactly where it is now. So this area has to be lost first. This has to be lost first because it was resistance, resistance, resistance. It could be flipped to support. However, look at the tasty stuff down here. 7-1, point of control, weekly level. That is not something to be trifled with. That's the real deal. So yes, be sure to front run that like button and hit the subscribe button. You guys didn't give me a name for the alert. Come on, man. I'm going to leave this open. I'm not going to talk. I'm not talking. I'm going to have a drink. I want a name for the alert. I refuse to continue. And there's like a 30-second delay. So here I am talking to myself while I wait for somebody to type something in chat. Try to make this interactive, guys. This is the last asset, by the way, that I wanted to cover. So we're wrapping up the stream, basically. And I managed to keep it at 45 minutes. How about that? Huh? Give you a nice and juicy update for the week. Just so that you know, this is a rough overview for the week to kind of get a bias of what can happen today, especially in the New York session, what can happen for the rest of the week, what kind of price levels am I interested in, for possible trade setups, yeah, and possible reactions, etc., etc. But of course, we'll go much more in detail into this with the trading desk sessions, the live sessions, the live trading sessions, where we cover actual trade setups on demo accounts, of course, paper trading, no financial advice. And we post detailed views on Discord as well about not just high time frame stuff, but low time frame scalps, day trades. George is our absolute scalp master. Yeah. So you have a wide array of possibilities to approach the markets. The question is, when do you want to play and what would you like to play? That's all you have to decide. Yeah. And of course, rules of engagement, very important. Moon trend. All right, fine. Chaba, you win because nobody else said anything. So Chaba, moon trend, weekly support. Not just weekly, but 7-1 in the point of control. There it is, sir. I shall post that on Discord when it hits. Is that a deal? if it hits. If it hits. Sorry. Nobody can predict the future. How did you like them apples? It's really not predicting the future, but it is very freaky how it keeps hitting over and over. So did I keep it short enough, Chaba? You can go to bed now. Are you happy? So like I was saying, this is kind of the rough overview because I think very often, especially if you're day trading, scalp trading, you're so focused on the lower time frames and trying to roast on all these little things and POCs and blah, blah, blah. Very nice, very juicy, very beautiful stuff. But don't forget that the high time frame picture will always win. Always. It will trump any low time frame stuff. So you need to be aware. Am I close? Is price close to a level that can make a difference in my local trade too? Yeah. If you're trading around a weekly level, you don't even know it's there. Then you're going to be like, oh, what's going on? Well, you need to be aware of that because very violent reactions can happen from there. Yeah. Very, very violent reactions. So that's why it's important to be aware of it. Yeah, we're going to go into detail on we've got the opening bell on Wednesday. Otherwise, pretty much daily now. Paul and Wei are running the trading desk. George and I are jumping in there too when we have time. And yeah, man, it's hitting you every day pretty much. So come on and check it out. Oh, and I just had 2 fresh ideas for modules. Ooh, I got 2 new topics I'm going to prepare. You guys are going to like it. It's going to be great. Yes, happy, thank you. Okay, if Chaba's happy, I'm assuming the rest of you either fell off the chair because you're very tired or very excited. Or maybe I know somebody who's got his weightlifting stuff there and he's just going, oh, yeah, short, yeah, another short, yeah. No, you can take longs too. It's possible to take longs in a downtrend. Did you know that? It's possible to take successful long trades in a downtrend. And there's a video about that we released a couple weeks ago. How to long against the trend, against the downtrend. And GBP, yeah, let's do a quick review. Let's start again. So Bitcoin going for the lows. If your stop loss is there, say goodbye because it's going to get hit. Sorry, that's the way it is. I do have a take profit in here too that I will post in the group just to prove my point. I didn't want to take profit here, but now I'll do so because I want to bring or drive the point. Hey, Graham, are you back? Are you back from Thailand? Welcome back, mate. Bienvenido. I want to prove the point that other people's stop losses are used to fail positions. Yeah, you just have to be on the right side of things. Nasdaq, trend to the moon. DXY, 103.494. Make or break. Yeah, this has been downtrending since October now, again, locally. And this is still a lower high. So unless it can challenge the yearly, the weekly, and make new highs here, is no bueno. Yeah, which means GBP could start rotating higher back up to resistance, but then it fails again. So it's actually very, very interesting. Forex is super, super interesting at the moment. Probably the most exciting. Yes, more than crypto. Sorry, guys. That's the way it is. Gold. Gold needs extra patience up here. Extra patience. Because this asset is attempting to stay above 2K. The psychological 2K. But to be honest, after that blow off top and the mother of all swing failure patterns, you're going to need some big guns to prove to the world that you have any chance whatsoever of making a new all-time high. Yeah, that is what it needs to prove. It's going to take time. It's going to be messy. But it better show some real firepower, because if not, 1800s. 1800s easily. Okay? So, very, 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 very important to be patient on this one. Ethereum is, well, showing us the way. Ethereum is exactly at that level. Oh my goodness. You know what would be funny? If there was just one of these nasty wicks during the stream, they just go and hits the weekly level, the alert goes off. And everyone's like, oh, bravo. Oh, I didn't take profits. You should set them before. Set them before. Forex is super, super interesting. Yes, it is. You're back. Pues bienvenido. If we take the lows, we tap into a CME gap. Well, that's another factor you can add to your analysis. Yeah. The more factors you can add, the better. And if there's a CME gap in there, hit it like you mean it. Right? It all makes sense. Hope you enjoyed your ultra long R&R. Do I miss it? Just got back in time to sweep those lows. You know what, baby? Well, guys, I'll see you on Discord. You know what we're doing today? Waiting for those juicy lows on BTC. And well, I'm watching all of these assets and a few more as well. So for me, there's always something to do and always something to watch and always something to trade. And that's going to be my my goal for this week, to capitalize on as many of these opportunities as possible. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for your attention. I hope you have a fantastic week. If you want some more of this juiciness, then just come and join us on Safe House Vanguard. We have, we have a great week ahead. And if you want to be a part of that, then you're very, very welcome to join us. All right? Subscribe, like. I already said it a few times. Yeah. I think it's the first time I managed to say it that often. And take care. Adios. Bye-bye. Tschüss.